Hello everybody, and welcome to the Computer Programming 2 Analyzing Data with Python course. My name's Steve Ingracia, although most of my students over the years have just called me Mr. I. For some reason they seem to think that's easier than Mr. Ingracia. That's fine, Mr. Ingracia, Mr. I, either one will work. Now, I want to give you a little bit of heads up on what we're going to be doing in this course, because I'm very excited about it and I hope you're getting to be excited also. When will this course be? The course begins on Monday, January 25th. So if you're looking at this before that time, it gives you a few days, weeks, or maybe even a couple of months to savor the anticipation of learning how to write Python code. The course ends on Friday, May 6th. You'll be completely done by then. That's when the very last assignment will be due. And you'll get grades, a week or two after that. There's a built-in midterm break, 1 week long, that all GOA courses observe from Monday, March 14th to Friday, March 18th. During that time, I won't be posting any new material. There won't be any assignments due. I realize that your member schools may have their spring breaks in a completely different time. We understand that happens a lot, especially in spring. It's not as much of a problem in the fall, but everybody has their spring breaks at a different time. If March 14th to March 18th isn't your spring break, that's fine. You may continue to work during that period. I'm going to have a unit of programming that's going to straddle that week, so you can take a week off when you need to take your week off. And if you have any problem with due dates happening when you're supposed to be on vacation, just let me know, and we'll adjust your personal due date. So, who is going to be taking this course? As of right now, it's about the end of November now when I'm recording this, there are 16 students enrolled. I don't know if it'll stay at 16. It might go up to 18, although that will be the limit. These 16 students come from 12 different member schools. Those 12 different member schools are in 4 different countries. In China, both Beijing and Hong Kong, in Indonesia, in Singapore, and at various cities within the United States. So we've got a very diverse group of people. That's very exciting. It also means we've got people in time zones all over the place. When some of you are asleep, the rest of you are awake. When I'm asleep, some of you are doing your work. So we're going to have to make sure we know how to work in a global environment. Now, what will we be covering? We're going to learn how to write programs in Python. Now, this is a Computer Programming 2 class, so we assume you already know how to write programs in some language, whether that's HTML or JavaScript or Java or C++ or some other language you've learned. Maybe you even know some Python already, either from taking a class, working on it in school, or doing some online tutorials. We're not going to make any assumptions that you know anything about Python, but we are going to assume that you know something about programming. You know what variables are. You know the cycle of writing your code and testing it and making changes during the debugging process and so on. Now, what is it about Python that makes it an exciting language to learn? It's a very, very rich language. There are lots and lots of operators, lots and lots of built-in data types, which means that if you learn a lot of pieces of Python, there's some things you can do fairly easily in Python. It also means there's a lot of things to learn. So we're going to learn a subset. We're not going to learn all of Python in one 3-month course. There are many third-party function libraries that exist. Since Python is so popular in the programming community, a lot of people write things that can be called directly from Python to make your life easier. And we're going to use some of those libraries. We'll import them and use them to make our job simpler. So what types of programs are we going to write? We're going to use Python to concentrate on analyzing data. In some cases, we'll read in data sets, starting with small ones so that we can debug them, but getting larger. We will parse out difficult structures that are created by third parties, like the tweets that you put together in Twitter. There are dozens and dozens, maybe even hundreds of data fields associated with a tweet. You think it's only 140 characters long? Oh, there's so much more that gets sent with a tweet. Who sent it, when it got sent, how many followers that person has, what country that person is in, and so on. So we will parse out data from things like Twitter tweets. We'll also scrape data off of websites in real time. We're going to be using the Yahoo Finance site and getting real-time stock quotes. And you're going to then also be creating a final capstone project that shows off what you're going to be doing. So we'll start with some simple programs. They'll get more complicated as we go. You'll probably need to allocate about 3 or 4 hours a week to this course, maybe a little less in the beginning, definitely a little more towards the end. I hope you're excited to get started, and I will be in touch with each of you personally prior to January 25th. Expect to see an email from me to you within, say, a week or 10 days of January 25th, asking you to set up a one-on-one Skype session so I can get to know you a little bit better. I look forward to meeting you. I look forward to working with you. I hope you're very eager to get started in writing Python programs to analyze data. Thank you.